Life.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another reaction video for you guys. Listen, before we hop into the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you share and like the video and turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right. So we're going to hop into the video. You guys see the title. Modern women are not in demand for the men that they want. So I want to play this snippet of this woman who is speaking the truth about what's happening in modern dating. I definitely want you guys to chime in the comments below. I want to know if you agree or disagree with what she's saying, but definitely chime in either way. I want to hear your perspective on this. Here we go.
I have a very important question that we should all ask ourselves. That question is, why should a man want a woman in 2026? Why should a man that is single, that is already living his life, possibly disrupt his life by taking on a woman? The reason I ask this question is because I think that a lot of us women have a very outdated mindset. Women are not what they used to be. The image of a woman has been tainted by ourselves. We have totally destroyed our image. Anything positive that used to come to mind when you thought of a woman, we have dismantled. And we don't piece together the fact that dismantling our image comes with consequences. So again, I ask you to ask yourself, why should a man want a woman in 2026? We get on the internet and we sit up and we bash men all day long. All day long, all we do is talk crap about what a man isn't doing and what a man is doing that we don't like, how we don't want to live with the man, how men are acting like females, how men aren't doing enough, men aren't giving enough, what they do isn't good enough, how they behave isn't good enough, they don't look good enough, they don't have enough money. We are just going on and on and on, talking crap about men all day long. That's point one.
Now, before she gets to point two, I want to say this because this is the same thing that women say about men. They say men sit on podcasts and talk negatively about women and bash women. But I think there's a difference. I really do. I think there's a difference. There's a distinction between how men are responding to women and what women are putting out there about men. There are a lot of women. Now, two things could be true at the same time. Maybe there are some men who are bashing women just as well as there are women who are bashing men. But the women don't hold any accountability if they are bashing men. They don't want to acknowledge that they even do it. They just go back to the men. I can acknowledge that, hey, the same thing may be happening on both sides. But what we see the majority of women talking about their experiences with men, and then they group all men into that experience, as if all men are that way. And we know that's not true. What men are typically doing, not saying that there aren't men who bash women, that they don't exist. I'm sure they do. Everything exists under the sun. But what I'm saying, the majority of the men who are responding to what the women are saying. We've been hearing this. This is not new. Now, if this was a new occurrence and I just started hearing this in 2025 or 2026, then I would have a different response. But I've been hearing women talk ish about men for years, since I was a child. It has not changed. It's just gotten worse because we have social media. Women have always held men accountable and talked about how they're no good and they're this and they're that, but they've never held themselves accountable. You don't hear them taking any accountability and saying their part, but they're always holding men accountable. And so that now that men are responding to this, it's a problem. Now they're projecting their own hatred onto men and making it seem like men are just out here in the mass numbers just hating on them for no reason. When we hear more times than not men saying that they would prefer black women, more black men are married to black women than black women are married. So clearly black men like black women because they're married to them at higher rates than black women. So I think it's more of a response to what women have put out there and how women have treated men and talked to men, but they don't want to accept that. So the easy route is to just blame men and project that onto them, but it's not helping. It's not your because even if you leave the men out of it, the image of women is still tainted. That y'all still have a negative image. You still don't the reputation is still in shambles. And even if you exclude the men out of this and you just look at women for what they're doing, it's still a problem amongst themselves. Oh my God. Get rid of them, push the men to the side. Let's just look at the standards of a lot of women and how they move, how they speak, what they focus on, what's important to them. And you'll see that there's a major issue. So even without the men, if men just shut up and not say anything, women are destroying themselves. It doesn't even, you don't even have to add men to it. Just look at the way women think, how they've been brainwashed to think, how they move, what they do, what's important to them. All of it is in shambles. So that shows you, even if you remove the men, the women still have a lot of work to do. Just saying. Let's continue.
We have totally taken the mystery away out of being a woman. Back in the day, women didn't discuss certain things. Certain things were kept between the girls.
Exactly.
Now we've gotten online acting like the men don't process and see the same internet we do. We traded in a quick buck for our secrecy, for our mystery. You can get online and you can see how women do their hair. You can see how women do their makeup. You can see how women get cheap clothes off of Shein or wherever they get them from. We got our hygiene tips on there. We've got dating tips. We talk about what we do and don't do on the first date. We talk about all these things, just sharing every single thing about ourselves. We tell stories about our stupidity and dumb things we do. We talk about how we have no standards, and you may not think that that's what you're talking about. But when you're telling these stories about dumb stuff that you did, or certain stories about situations that you've been in, what you're saying is, I don't have standards. And most women don't have standards anyways, but that's a whole separate video coming very soon. So we get on the internet, we crap on our men, we share all of our secrets about ourselves to where they're no longer secrets anymore. What would make a man want us? Then to top it all of that off, there's all this free corn everywhere. And even if you're a man where you want the real thing, there's women on here sharing basically that they'll do anything for some dinner. There's women out here that are sleeping with men for dinner. There's one of us sleeping for men with just the smallest thing. So we're giving out all the tips, all the secrets, telling all the things about ourselves. So there's no secrecy anymore. There's no anything anymore. What is the selling point for us? What do we bring? And you get mad when someone says, what do you bring to the table? Because we're asking men to bring so much. We want men to do it all. We want men to still be the men of yesteryear while us not being the women of yesteryear.
I mean, look, I couldn't have said it better. She's absolutely right. This is what we're saying. The expectation for what a man has to bring to the table overshadows what women are willing to bring to the table. Women don't want to be traditional women. They want to be anything. They want to be boss chicks and live these, soft lives. And they want men to be slaves to them. This is why they are projecting this idea. Oh, you want me to be a slave? No, you want a man to be a slave. You want him to work till he die and just take care of you while you go have fun. That's what you want. You want no responsibility in the relationship. You think that because you've been single most of your life, now that then when you do get a man, he's responsible for doing it all, because you're together, when in actuality, if you have two people coming together, y'all are supposed to lighten each other's load. Y'all are supposed to work together to build together, not all of your load. You just dump it onto him, and everything that he has going on, he's supposed to handle that plus yours too, while you live this free soft girl life, just spending all the money while he has to be the responsible one to take care of it all. How dumb does that sound? What is the incentive in 2026 for dating? There is none. There is nothing that the majority of these women are looking to offer that will make a man want to commit to them. So men are finding other ways to cope and live their lives. There are a lot of men who say they want wives and they want kids and stuff like that, but they don't want to get into a situation with these women who are not really prepared for it. They're just looking for a fun time, somebody they can use, somebody they can take advantage of and have this lifestyle, while the man has to be the one always working and, just let her live her life free and clear. Like, that is crazy. There's no way in hell I would want my sons with a woman who thinks like that. So it's on a slippery slope to nowhere, y'all. This trajectory of dating and all of this stuff doesn't look good, because the women have to change the way they think. And I don't see that happening anytime soon. They feel the way they feel, believe the way they believe, but they're not getting the outcomes. And all they're doing is turn into, ways of making money by selling their bodies. Because if the men are not catering to them and simping for them in mass, they're not giving them their paychecks and paying their bills and doing all this. So now they have to resort to doing, one of the oldest professions alive. And that is selling their bodies to pay their bills. That's what they're resorting to. You just want a man who's going to take care of you and allow you to do whatever you want. You want a sugar daddy who's going to pay all your bills. You can pay for your trips and go wherever you want. And you just go and do whatever you want to do. That's what a lot of these women want, if they could have it. But they're having a hard time getting it. So they just keep complaining and try to shame men into giving them what they want. But this is a scenario that we see, and it's an ongoing thing. It doesn't seem like women are going to relent. They're going to continue to manifest. Well, I think they can manifest this rich man who's going to give them everything that they want, and they're struggling doing it, because guess what? Prices are going up, things are getting more expensive, and they got to still pay these bills, and they already have kids, so you got to maintain, and they're struggling to do that, and mad at the fact that men won't accept them and just take care of them. So listen, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what it is. Turn on that notification bell to be notified when I go live or post new content, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.
DeeDeesReactions. Tell a friend.